Hell yeah. Hi everyone. Happy Tuesday. My name is Mike Falzone. Even if it's not Tuesday where you're at right now, it's Tuesday in here. Can it just be Tuesday in this space here? I think it can. And I think we'll prove that to each other by the end of this. Let's do new words. Roosters. Obviously, we live in tense times. I've been walking around with my mask while and I see couples in the streets fighting, but they're wearing their masks. I'm very far away, and all I see is two people who are going, just moving their heads at each other like this. Hold you steam car, steam car, curbside pickup, and they look like roosters. First word is roosters. Overstand. I overheard a lady on the phone to her friend being supportive, and she was like, "Lisa, I overstand you." And I don't know if that's a thing that I've just missed out on, but is there a better way to support a friend? I have never heard a better way to support a friend than saying, "Lisa, I overstand you." That person is either the most supportive or the most condescending person. "Lisa, I overstand you." Everyone overstands. No one cares, Lisa. Could you imagine? I hope it's the other way. What do you think? Down in the comments below. Sawmill. Pooping into a bidet and calling it the Sawmill. Splash Mountain needs to change their name. What if that was the new Splash Mountain, due for an overhaul due to racist theme? Perfect. Make the theme of Splash Mountain pooping into a bidet and calling it the Sawmill. Sounded more like a baby crying than a saw, but you guys are smart and you know what I meant. Last new word, nime. This is what I have been using during lockdown when I'm with my wife and she reaches for a cookie on the coffee table while we're watching Netflix, but that's my cookie. And I say no and mine in the same word. And I say nime. And she eats it. This is a new segment of a new show called Grocery Store. I was in the grocery store and I forgot my phone. And I was just in there and the lines were so long and I was just forced to notice stuff. My grocery store has a skylight. I've been going there for 5 years and all I could think was my breath smells so bad. I had stank mask breath. And then at one point my allergies get to me. I'm sure lots of you sitting at home have a similar problem, but I sneezed. When you sneeze in your surgical mask, it's like a superhighway for your eyes. It goes out there's a little bit of give, and then it goes all the debris on the inside of your mask, which is, my mask is like my fucking air filter for my car now. It looks the same. You know, when you go get your oil changed and they bring you your air filter and they're like, "Well, this looks like this." And it just looks like they're holding dirt. And they're like, "This is what you're breathing all the time." That's our masks. I'm just trying to be responsible and not being a one-use guy. 13,000 uses out of every mask. Also, while waiting in the line at the grocery store, I noticed that the Highlights magazine still exists. Isn't that great? Full stack of Highlights magazines, which led me to my next question. Who is buying? Is the waiting room at your dentist shopping at Whole Foods and coming and picking up a stack of lights and bringing it back for the children? In all honesty, I had a subscription when I was younger and it ran out because I turned 8. And I was so happy to see them still in business. For those of you who don't know, it's a child's magazine and it's filled with puzzles. And I would imagine entertaining facts. After this hard-hitting YouTube comedy stuff comes to an end, I would like to work for Highlights and I would like to make puzzles. No. Maybe it's just my deep-rooted need to be smarter than a kid. Ever since that fucking show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader came out, and I was losing in like the first or second round, I was like, I want to do a show called I'm Still Smarter Than a Kid. And then it's just me and a kid, and we sit there and we go over like real life problems. All right, fifth grader, you got a flat tire on the side of the highway. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Get out of here, Jake. You got snots on your nose. Hey, while we're out here canceling everything, did you know that there was a cookie called Ladyfingers still? Did you? There's a cookie called Ladyfingers because they resemble ladies' delicate fingers. I know ladies personally who have fingers that have been worn by work and water and bartending jobs. And I would never eat a cookie modeled after one of those waterlogged fingers. Scratches, dings. I know ladies' fingers who look like they've been in garbage disposals. Delicate lady fingers. Come on. Long time ago, I was on this site answering advice questions from people who wrote in. Not unlike yourself. A lot of you might still be watching me now from those times. Now I want to get back to those times because I felt like some of those times were helpful to people. This is all just conjecture. You understand how questions work. Haley Doran. Any nightmare roommate stories? Dude, I'm not here to shit on people who can't defend themselves. And I will remind you to look at me with your eyes. I was the shitty roommate for a long time. College, freshman year, we had a pile of garbage in the corner of our room called Trash Mountain, which I hid under one time while my roommate lost his virginity. Sophomore year, I did not shower. Mike, why didn't you shower? I didn't like going into the shared bathrooms. Everybody on the floor uses the same couple stalls to shower, and people like me would run into those bathrooms and cover the dudes showering in the stalls with iced tea mix. And I didn't want that. Who wants to be cleaning iced tea out of your picheline and your crevasses while you're just trying to get clean and ready for sociology class? So I didn't shower. And then I cut my hair and girls started talking to me. And then I started caring a little bit more, but not totally, because junior year, I was in a house and they stuck me and the other smelly kid in the same room. Genius move from everybody else. And we had just had to sit in our own filth, and we both hated each other for it during all seasons. And then senior year once, I was blacked out and I peed on my own bedpost while my roommate, who was in the bed behind me, goes, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And then I went like this. And now, fast forward, I live in a place where I can't stand to be messy or dirty because I live with Zoya, and that happens a lot. And that happens when you find the person that you want to be with for an extended period of time. You're like, well, I want to live in my house, and I don't want this other person to leave my house. So I'm going to try to figure out how to rectify the situation. So you grow up, clean up, and then everything is different, and you become a different person. And a clean house, some more organized life. More organized life leads to better, clearer ideas and thoughts. Better, clearer ideas and thoughts turn into ways that you can make money, ways that you could make yourself happier in your life. And I truly think that all of that comes from the least hectic environment possible. Create a nice environment for you to have nice thoughts in, at the very least. This is a brand new segment called Explaining Important Stuff into a Broken Microphone. It's called photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants and other organisms use sunlight to synthesize foods from carbon dioxide and gas. Basically involves the green pigmentation of the plant chlorophyll, and it generates oxygen as a byproduct. Meaning the oxygen that goes into our mouths, so plants are our friends out there. Plants are our friends. Photosynthesis.
Also, while I was in the grocery store, I saw a guy with toe shoes.
They're called ladyfingers because of their shape and their reasonably thin and delicate fingers of women. Ladyfinger cakes are delicate. Ladyfinger cakes are delicacy considered to be one of the rarest of the baker's arts. were introduced in America with the earliest French settlers.
Learn something new every day. I bet you thought you knew everything about cookies, but you're an idiot just like me.
Thank you so much again for watching Mike in the Morning. Ooh, I appreciate you being here so much. You know who else I appreciate? The sponsors of this channel. They get $5 every month, get 5 extra things, and one of those things getting their name on the screen at the end of the video. So here's that.
And I'm at the end, I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Things gotta breathe.